Hello, students and parents. In this video lesson, I will be going over the reading lesson for today. So let's go ahead and get started. First things first, always please put your date on the top of your page. Today's date is August 20th, 2020. For the day that you do this assignment, please make sure to put the date that you do it. I would greatly appreciate it, as would Miss Kalasa. Now, the assignment that we're doing is based off of the book Pete the Cat Rocking in My School Shoes. We have read the book two times, and then we watched a video. Well, it was more like a sing along of the book because in the book there's a lot of singing from the main character. So we watched another version of it today. Now, I will be posting that video along into this assignment on Schoology, so please make sure to watch that before watching or doing this assignment. So for this assignment specifically, what we're going to be doing is working on vocabulary within the story that could be confusing to students. So for the first thing you need to do is first set up how your organizer is going to look. So what we did today is we did a stripe all the way down, and then we did I called it an upside down capital T. So you have space down here, and then you have space on separate sides. Now we're going to the first word that we decided was the word strolling. 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 And we're going to put a line underneath it to separate it from the rest of the page. So for strolling, we tried to figure out, okay, what does strolling mean? Let's think about it. And then we looked back in the book and we saw, like, after reading, using it in the sentence and rereading it from the story, we came up with the definition of walking. Strolling is the same as walking. So on the other side, that would be like your definition side. You're going to write walking at the top, and then we underline walk in walking because that's what strolling is. And then we drew a picture of walking on the bottom. So I'm going to quickly draw a little picture of a guy walking on the sidewalk. Or we could even draw two people walking on the sidewalk. And here's a little tree and maybe a little flower. Okay, so strolling is to walk on the sidewalk. So the next word is lunchroom. 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 Now, when we were first reading this, students were not very sure what lunchroom was. Normally, when we refer to a place where we eat at school, it's called the cafeteria, not the lunchroom. So when we went back in the book and reread the part where it talks about the lunchroom, we all came to the same agreement that cafeteria should be our definition for this word. So CAFETERIA. And then we drew a table like you would see in the cafeteria at Mitzi Bond. And on it, we put like a plate and a fork and like some grapes. And then we have like a little person. You could even put Pete the cat if you wanted. Eating and the cafeteria, or you can even put your lunchbox. One student put Pete's lunchbox on there. The picture is pretty small, but it's just to get the main idea of what this word means. But if you weren't sure what the definition word was, you could look at the picture. Okay, then we went into our next word, which was direction, or direction, however you like to say it. DIRECTION. Okay, we put a line. So for direction, the students came up with a lot of different definitions for this one. And so we had to really narrow it down to make it shorter, so that way we didn't have to write as much. But there was a lot of great suggestions. So direction means to go in multiple places, go in multiple areas. So we came up with go everywhere. Go everywhere. That's what we came up with. And then for our picture, we decided to draw Pete the cat and his friends, and they're all going in different directions. One's going that way, maybe that way, that way, that way. We even put the directions you'd find on a compass, and some students even drew a compass on their page inside their picture. So directions. Direction is to go everywhere, all over the place. Our next word is worry. W-O-R-R-Y. So just like the other words, we did go back into the story, reread where we saw worry, and we came upon a definition, word definition, and we all agreed that scared, to be scared, was a pretty good definition of when you're worrying about something or for someone. It makes you nervous, it makes you anxious, it makes you feel scared. So for our picture, we drew a person who's holding their face, and they don't look very happy, and their hair is like going crazy because they're scared. Okay. Then at the very bottom, what we did is we went over our frequency words. We looked in the story for all the frequency words that we were going over this week and see if we could find them in the story. So we go ahead and put some stars because these are important words. And it's always good when you're reading your books with your child to look for some of those frequency words found on our frequency words list, which is underneath the reading folder in Miss Crossley's Schoology, and Miss Colassa probably has it along in her reading folder as well. So some of the frequency words or sight words that we found was to, the, is, and go. Those were some of the words that we found. And then after we wrote all of this information into our notebooks, we colored it really, really pretty and made sure to use lots of color. Okay, so the end result should look something like this. Okay, lots of color. We didn't finish coloring, but this is the main idea of what Ms. Claus and I are looking for. Okay, so if you have any questions on this assignment, please let me or Ms. Clausen know, and that concludes our video. Goodbye.